Hello, trading has closed on the 22nd of May, 2025. We'll start with our disclaimer, go over our calls, make our predictions. It's my trading plan for Friday, the last day before the holiday weekend. It's my plan. I can change my plan. My plan can be wrong. Trade at your own risk. I will not be around for the close tomorrow. I have an appointment. I didn't make a specific directional call for the day. Usually when I do, we close a little change, so the record's kept intact, but I didn't say we closed a little change, so I get no credit. Here's what I did say. We had the pattern with the early high, which is this, and tomorrow should have the early low. I did hold off on entering short positions after the close, and the market actually had a bullish tendency throughout the day, gave it all back here at the end, but still, despite this big drop, and despite yesterday's big drop, we closed over multiple prior lows. Now, time doesn't run out until tomorrow's open, but if we can't take these lows out early, ideally by gapping over them, if we can't do that, that's a bullish pattern. It's a rejection of the lows. MEJT early on said this drop was not for keeps. We retraced. We got that. Said this big rally here wasn't for keeps. We got that and hit the target pretty much right on the nose. This is a wall into the close. Walls tend to be panic selling. And if it is panic selling, if that's the right interpretation, we're going to gap and probably take this high out very early tomorrow. We could even gap up over this high, although gapping and taking it out early is just as good. Well, here was bar 13 of the DeMark combo sell. His rule is if you're going to get a collapse, it should take out this TDST line within 3 days. Obviously, that was never in the cards. It was too far away. But I like to see, if we're going to collapse here, I like to see more of a drop than this. The first 3 days, one of my rules, not his, is I want to see us undercut the number 8. And we didn't even get the high, let alone the low. So we might not be collapsing here. Nothing stops us from retesting the highs and getting a bar 13 on the sequential sell to go along with the bar 13 on the combo sell. Doesn't mean it has to happen. This just isn't the kind of strong impulsive move that would lead to an immediate collapse. Now this just tells us the area of the top. As I said, we could just consolidate here and drop later. We could consolidate for a long time and not drop at all. But this is more bullish action, particularly after lack of significant follow-through to yesterday's drop. This is more strength than I thought we were going to see. As of yesterday, we were on the verge of getting a Nasdaq McClellan oscillator Bollinger Band reversal signal to go long, a buy. I don't have the figures yet today, but it's possible we got a buy signal from that indicator today. So in spite of yesterday's collapse, maybe we're not going to have a total drop here like I was thinking we might. I still think we have to trade lower to make this wave count work, but there's no guarantee this is the right count. If this holds, I think it's the right count, but C could be 2 times A. You don't know. Right now, if this is maintained, that's a bullish pattern. And if we gap under this, all that bullishness goes away. And we're not going to know that till the open. But futures are up now, so we hit the target right on the nose, the MEJT target on the nose. There's a wall into the close. It's a perfect setup for gapping over this high, or gapping and taking that high out early. Doesn't mean it has to happen, but it happens often enough. Well, Friday's pattern is really low regardless of where we open. Typically it's a rally day with a high in the final hour, and if it's strong we should see more strength. Despite gapping down, the market closed over multiple relative lows, and if that's maintained at the open, it's a bullish pattern, should lead to higher prices even if we don't close higher. Gapping and promptly undercutting the low day kills that pattern. I'm just not convinced the bears are going to be able to do it. We have a wall under the close, a straight line drop into MEJT support. So either we gap under support or support wins, which means you can drop under it without the gap and it won't stick. If we don't get that move lower, if we don't, it's a perfect setup for gapping up sharply and promptly overtaking the last relative high. It doesn't happen every time, but it happens often enough. I don't like taking long trades right after calling for a significant top, especially overnight, I should have said. But this is enough to make me leery of holding a short overnight. Note the futures are up as I write this, and Norm Winsky, using a totally different methodology, has a change in trend after the close today. So this, after yesterday's collapse, we just couldn't close under multiple lows despite trying. This is a mark of a panic sell-off. Either we follow through under this, or more likely, I think, is we gap and take this out and have a rally. And we're not going to know that until we see where we open tomorrow. It is a pattern with the really low, but that doesn't stop us from gapping up. And again, if we don't gap up, maybe that's not it. And if we gap down, we could still drop. But I wouldn't be short with this kind of a setup. You're just going to get your head handed to you too many times. And that's today's call.